Okay, here's what you do. Download the Apex Dodos mod, which adds dodos that can be ridden, and then max out its movement speed, and do a time run against the max dolphin. Oh god, what is this game becoming? Alright, what is going on, people of the internet, and welcome back to another episode of Ark Survival Evolved Max Speed. And this time is a bit of a special episode, as if we didn't have a special enough one yesterday. I'm surrounded by dodos, and as it was pointed out, the one yesterday didn't quite have max speed. It was extremely, extremely close. It was probably like 2 levels off, which is only like 15%, which in reality, the fact that it was so fast in the water was clearly because of a glitch. And once you hit that speed, it's not going to improve anymore, and there's no real way to test it, and it would have very little effect. On land, the same thing. It wasn't particularly fast, so there wouldn't be that much of a difference. That's why I'm kind of thinking, it really didn't have that much of an effect. It's still very comparable to a max speed build. This time, we're going to be looking at the Alpha Dodo, which is a dodo that is a mod that can be mounted and ridden, which is just absolutely amazing, and as you'll quickly find out, looks very good with my character. So what I've done here is I've typed in the cheat code to spawn in the max 120 dodo, and I'll show you its stats right here, just to give you a bit of a picture. Yeah, this is actually the 1 million level dodo. So we've spawned in one of those again. And we're going to go ahead and, spawn in some good training for it. So we're going to spawn in a Alpha Rex, and we're just going to see just that satisfying one shot once again, where we're just going to rip a hole into this Alpha Rex's ankle with our max level dodo. So there's a couple Alpha Rexes here, but they both get wrecked pretty much immediately. So again, you can see we're just going to do this to level up the dodo. This is going to be probably our process for leveling up any non-mountable dinosaurs, though I will probably switch to using the kill command rather than spawning in a level 1 million of whatever thing there is. So if I was to do, for example, the Kairuku, or the Onyx, or the Titan Boa, or something non-mountable like that, basically, I could just instead do this, the kill command instead, and spawn in a level 120, because obviously, if you're going to spawn in a level 1 million, the stats aren't going to be very comparable to anything you're going to find in the wild in your own game. So we're going to go ahead and give the dodo those levels, and I guess we're probably going to keep spawning in some more Alpha Rexes here. I don't know what my process was in doing this. I think I was just trying to keep going until I got something that wasn't an incredibly low leveled Alpha Rex, so I knew that the dodo would be maxed out. It will eventually get maxed out at about 275,000 or 2.7 million experience, so it's one of the two things, but you can see here, just watch this. Bam! Oh, it's so satisfying. I absolutely love watching Alpha Rexes get wrecked by this tiny little dodo that just waddles up to it and then beak pecks it in the ankle. So, I've mentioned it many times before, but if you're new, we're doing a bit of an event in about, I don't know, a little bit more than a week's time. It's going to be after Christmas, so if you don't have Ark yet, you can join, and Jesus Christ, that thing just flew across the coastline. So basically, there's a Steam group. We're going to be playing Tower Defense. If you want to join us up and you got Ark and you're in the North America region, or anywhere really, you can join the Steam group and then let me know if you're available at any time, and yeah, this should be a lot of fun. I hope to see a lot of people there. So now we've got this thing at max speed nearly. We're going to spawn in a couple more Alpha Rexes, and that should hopefully do it. It actually does do it. I'm doing the post commentary here. But you can see once it gets to max speed, or close to it, killing those Alpha Rexes is a cinch for this thing. Like, it's just so fast that it doesn't matter. It can get under its ankles right away. See? Bam. Just cuts through them like butter now. So now we got a little dodo surrounded by a mess of dead Alpha Rexes, and you can see this thing has now maxed out its levels, I believe. So we're going to go ahead and spawn in the Alpha Dodo. Unfortunately, there is no command to summon a specific level of these, so you're going to have to settle for a random level. Very sorry about that. If there was a way to summon them at level 120, I would definitely do that, but instead we get a level 28 here. So its stats are going to be a little bit more inflated than a regular dodo. I actually do walk up to a regular dodo in the wild and Forcetame it, I think, to kind of give a comparable for its statistics. Now, the Alpha Dodo, or Apex Dodo, I think it's called the Apex Dodo. I think it's about 4 times the size of a regular dodo, and it does look a little bit terrifying, but it also looks like it would make for an amazing Thanksgiving harvest. So, you can see here a bit of a size comparison between the two of these. It's definitely taller, but it's also quite a bit fatter, which means it's got some bulk to it. Though it only has about 300 health, if I'm correct. Yeah, 300 health, 300% melee damage, which is not terrible for a level 42. It would have been nice if there was a way to summon them at level 120. Unfortunately, that is not the case. So you can see this is its stock movement speed, which is pretty good. It carries over with its demented noises that it makes. And its swim speed is pretty good, but it's funnier than anything else. So you'll see here, it bobs left, then right, then left, then right, then I'm actually doing that in the wrong order. Okay. But it does look really funny with this short and bulk and just fattened out character that we have for this game. There's a Megalodon there, but of course it doesn't stand a chance. You can see the Dodo just freaking out around me. Unfortunately, the speed of the tiny Dodo doesn't actually carry over, so it looks like it's a glitch specific to the smaller thing that actually gets eliminated once you have the Apex Dodo. So when we do max out the speed, unfortunately you're not gliding across the water at Mach 3, which is something that I was really going to be looking forward to if it was the case. Unfortunately it's not, so we're just going to go ahead and max it out anyway, which is still going to make for a really, really cool mount, because you're still going to get over 427% or 742% movement speed. You can see I have no problems running away from this thing on land, and you can jump on it, which is pretty cool as well. Dodos, in fact, can't fly despite its best efforts to, but you can see its swim speed is actually quite good. Now, if you watch the mini Dodo behind me, it's no longer behind me. In fact, it's doing donuts around me like it's nothing, which is honestly a bit humiliating, and I'm probably going to go ahead and give myself a a Dodo just for maxing out its speed in single player and having it follow me around, just weirding the crap out of everybody. So I'm going to take it up the mountain here just to really give you a figure of how fast this Dodo is. So I've got this Apex Dodo up here, and I'm going to let the mini one come over to me, the regular Dodo. And I'm going to jump off this, and I'm just going to glide down into the ocean. I'm going to swim as far as you can. And if you watch the little speck in the distance that is the Dodo, watch it hobble towards me, then hit the water, and basically teleport to me because of its sheer speed. And there it is. So once more, this is a sight to behold, really. Of anything I've seen in this game, this is probably the most incredible. But I think that now, downloading this Apex Dodo really opens the door to do a lot more modding in Ark, and I want to know if there's any other mountable creatures or non-mountable creatures that you can add in the game that would be really cool for adding in kind of a footnote to the Max Speed series where we could start doing modded in dinosaurs, so it's not going to be restricted to only mountable creatures as it was, or non-mountable creatures as it is now, but in the future maybe opening the door to more modded in creatures. So I think that'd be really cool. And we're gonna spawn in another Alpha Rex apparently. I guess I wanted to see this. I'm not really sure what my thinking was behind this, but you can never go wrong with spawning in something and just having it torn to shreds by the bunch of Dodos. So thanks for watching. If you got suggestions for the next episode, you can leave them in the comments. It's gonna be something. I mean, there's so much to do right now. There's the Trike, the Stego, the Onyx, the snake. Really, the door is open, so it's up to you guys. Whichever one's the most requested one, I will definitely do next, and we'll see you in the next episode of Ark Survival Evolved Max Speed. Thanks for watching. Peace.